Hello, everybody. Starting our final unit, which is actually just some exposure for a topic you're going to do in ninth grade, and it's pretty important in ninth grade. So we're going to expose you to it this year so that hopefully it's a little bit easier for you next year. So the topic is called polynomials. Poly meaning many, nomials meaning number. So we're going to look at some different types of them and then what is or is not a polynomial. And you've actually been seeing lots of these, but maybe didn't know their actual names when we were working with polynomials. So a monomial, mono meaning one, is a real number, a variable, or a product of a real number and a variable. So right off the bat, I can look and say, oh, this is okay, this is okay, it's okay, okay. So I can look and, based on this definition, tell if these are monomials. So yes, this is a monomial, it's a whole number. This is a monomial, it's a variable. This is a monomial, it's a product of a number and variables. This looks suspicious, but it's okay because it's a product of a real number, which 1/4 is a real number, and some variables. So that's okay. So these are also called terms. So each one of these is one term, one term, one term, one term, one term. Okay, you're like, oh, but wait, there's 3 things in here. Why is Mrs. Rose saying that that's one term? Well, a term is separated by addition or subtraction. So since there is no addition or subtraction in here, this is one term. It's more than one symbol, but it is still only one term. These are not monomials. Okay, there's 2 terms here. 1, 2. Because of the subtraction, I have 2 terms, so not a monomial. Here, not only do I have division, and it says product, so not a monomial. Here, the variable has to be a whole number exponent. It's really an integer exponent. I mean, if we're going to get technical, next year you'll need to know it can be an integer. Well, I should say non-negative. Yeah, so whole number is okay. We can roll with whole number. So I would say a non-negative integer, which is really just your whole number. So that's okay. So since m to the 1/2 is how I would write the square root of m with an exponent, since this exponent is not a whole number, it cannot be a monomial. So any type of root, a third root, a fourth root, a square root, those would be fractional exponents. So any time we have, anytime we have that, it won't work. And then number 8's not a monomial because the exponent is negative. So not a whole number. All right, so we want to classify whether these are monomials. So 10, yes. Going down to number 4, yes, that works. 3, I like everything I see, but I'm seeing more than one term. So because there's more than one term, it's not a monomial. It's actually something that we're going to learn in this next line. This is a no because it's not a product. It's division with the variable. This is a yes. And this is a no because I see 1, 2, 3 terms. And we're going to learn about that in a second as well. So binomials, like a bicycle has 2 wheels. Bi means 2. So 2 terms or 2 monomials put together, and they would be separated by addition or subtraction. So 2 terms, 2 terms, 2 terms, 2 terms. Okay. Same with a trinomial, except I add an extra term. So same meaning they're still separated by addition and subtraction. But now I'm looking for 3 terms. Tri, like tricycle, has 3 wheels. So 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms. Okay, so we have monomial, 1 term, binomial, 2 terms, trinomial, 3 terms. Cannot be a polynomial if we have a variable in the denominator or a fractional or negative exponent. Okay, so a polynomial is the broad umbrella term. Then we have those specific types of mono, bi, and tri. Anything over that we tend just to say is a polynomial. So if it has 4 terms or 12 terms, we just call it a polynomial. Okay, so every polynomial has something we call a degree. The degree is the sum of the exponents of the variables of a term, a single term. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different terms here. The term 3x squared has an exponent of 2. Y as an exponent of 1 on the x and 1 on the y. So if it's the sum of those exponents, 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 5x, there's an exponent of 1 on the x. So the degree there is 1. There's no variable here in the constant, so it is a degree of 0. So I look at the highest number. Well, the highest number is 2. Doesn't matter which one, the highest number is 2. So the degree of the entire polynomial is 2. So if I try to find the degree of this polynomial, first thing I would do is write out all of the terms. All right, so we're going to write out the terms. I have a term that's 5x to the 4th. I have a term that is 3xy. I have a term that is negative 2x squared. Notice I included the negative. And then I have a term that is 4. The degree of 5x to the 4th, so the exponent, is 4. If two exponents in this term, x to the first, y to the first, 1 and 1 is 2. The degree there is 2. Exponent in this term is 2. There is no variable with an exponent here, so that's 0. So the highest number is 4, so the degree of the polynomial is 4. So you don't get this degree stuff, really don't sweat it. You're going to go over it again as 9th graders. If you can really at this point just tell me what is a monomial, binomial, trinomial, or not a polynomial, you are doing great. Okay, so here, first column, they want us to tell them mono, bi, tri, and then in the second column, they want us to tell them the degree. So 1, 2 terms. That's a binomial. Highest exponent I see is a 2. Okay, this is a monomial. There's no variable there, so its degree is 0. 3 terms, trinomial. Highest exponent is 2. 2 terms is a binomial, and it's degree 2 because there's x to the first, y to the first, and 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 terms here, it's a binomial, degree 1. 1 term here, monomial, there's no addition or subtraction separating it. Degree is 3 because it's a 1, a 1, and a 1, which is 3. Okay, this is another monomial, degree 2. Try this one on your own. Trinomial, degree 2. This one is a binomial, degree 6. That's tricky because it's x to the first, y to the fifth, and 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, so this again would be a binomial, degree 1, trinomial, degree 2, monomial, degree 2. This is a binomial. It's okay because that is a number degree 2. And that's all we have to do today. All right, that's your quick intro vocabulary. So if you got the basics down, like I said, of just telling the difference between a monomial, binomial, and trinomial, that was my goal for you today. Don't worry so much about the degrees. Okie dokes. Have a good night.